Shooter, are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by. So cleared.
I was aiming here so they'd hit here.
Yep.
But there's no mechanical, like it's zeroed for this range, so they're just all going where I'm actually aiming. So that's nothing on that one.
Nothing on that one.
I got one there.
Yeah.
So anything where I shot slightly low where I was aiming, I was like aiming right here. Slightly low, I actually hit it.
Yep.
So now I know I'm just aiming where the dot is for the next one.
Yeah. Still a Bravo though, you're good. That one's good. Nothing on that one.
Yeah, you can see exactly.
Look at that big guy. He's dead.
Yeah. So we'll see round 2. Now that I know I can just aim where the dot is, we'll see the headshots. Yeah, we should.
Just aim at the neckline then, right?
Yeah. So these are all handgun.
Yeah, you're on my handgun. Yeah. Oh, geez, yeah. I feel you could do one shot. Just hit. That's a bummer.
Well, it's kind of hard to see from over there.
But you know what I mean, though? Yeah, I mean, you couldn't.
Yeah.
You did one practice shot.
But again, that's the dice you roll when you just grab a random gun and start shooting it in the competition. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
That was one thing that Austin and Eric didn't tell me about complete misses of the target. What kind of penalty is that?
It's a +10 for each miss.
+10 for each miss.
So I'm gonna have like 1,000,000 times.
I thought it was only +5.
+5 for deltas.
Oh, yeah. If you miss it, it's +10.
It's +10 for a miss.
Yep.
All right, I'm just aiming where I would want to hit it.
Any questions?
Nope.
All right. Shooter, are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by.
Oh, come on. Can I start over?
I'll let you start over.
Okay.
It's up to him. He started over. I need to start over. Here,
I just need one more round. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that double feed in the jam.
Well, and then it popped. When I cleared it, it popped out another round.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So I couldn't complete the course. Otherwise, I would have just kept going.
Shooter, are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
That's what I was doing before, but I was just aiming in a different spot.
Clear target. Sweet. Yeah, see, trade you can. Clear target.
Thanks.
That's some good shooting, dude.
Thank you. Smaller target makes it easier. I actually have something to aim at more than just a big blob.
Yeah.
I got a twofer.
It's nice when you can cover up with one sticker.
I was trying to save you guys some money on the pasties. Oh no. Well, I still got a, would that be a Charlie?
Yeah, that's
Charlie and a miss.
Charlie and a miss.
plus 15, right?
Yes.
1 Charlie, 1 miss, plus 15.
So either perfect handgun or perfect PCC. I don't get to have both. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some. Week 8. I'll try to keep this brief. I'm going to try to do this all in one take because my son wants to play Lego Star Wars on the Switch with me. And while I love you guys, I just love him more. This was the final week of the entire 2-gun league. So as far as where I ranked, I was 14th place out of 17 competitors, which is actually not that bad considering I didn't practice in between each meet. I used a different PCC for the first time in competition almost every time I competed. And I also, what was the other excuse I was gonna throw in there? Oh, this is also my first ever competition like this. So I learned a lot. I guess you could say I crapped the bed on the last week, but not for the reasons you might think. So we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the PCC. The PCC that I used this particular week was the XTAR 9. Really interesting recoil impulse. I'm sure pretty much everyone that has shot this has said that, but it is. It's like a slower, weird, chunky, I would say, like a chunky impulse, if that's a thing. And it actually worked relatively well, except for the second run where it had an issue. It stovepiped on me for some reason. I don't know why. The other thing that was interesting about this particular gun was that it was sighted in for 15 yards as opposed to what I would normally sight in anything that I'm shouldering, which would be, usually I have a 50-yard zero. So I know where my holds are. I'm aiming the top of the head to get my T-zone hits. That was not the case with this, and I learned that after my first run. As you can see in this first run, I run up to the barrel, start taking those shots. I feel like my hold's really solid. I run over to do the handgun. I feel like handgun goes relatively well, a little slow, but I'm really wanting to make sure that I'm getting my headshots. Then I go to look at the targets afterwards, and that's where I was like, oh, this is shooting where I'm aiming, not needing any type of mechanical offset. So I probably shot just over the top of each one of these targets, and where I shot low is where I was actually hitting. And that was the case. So I got a lot of misses, maybe 2 shots on target for however many targets there were for that part of the run. And then the rest of them zipped over the top. In total, I had like over 100 seconds of penalties. And then when I did the handgun part, I slayed that. It was slow, but I slowly slayed all the handgun targets, got A and B zones for that, because I wanted to just do headshots for the last week. I wanted to go out with a bang, and in a way that I did, but I did not do it the way that I thought it was gonna happen, if that makes sense. Moving on to round 2. For round 2, I realized my mistake in where I was aiming, corrected it, just aimed where I wanted the rounds to go, and was able to get all of my hits on my headshots for all of the targets for the PCC. Then ran over, put it on safe, dumped it, went to handgun, and that first handgun shot, I hesitated a lot because I just didn't feel like it was exactly where I wanted the whole time I was about to pull the trigger. And I eventually said, okay, I need to pull the trigger at some point, otherwise my time's just gonna be ridiculously long. Pulled the trigger, and it was either on that first shot or the second shot where I got a hit, and then the other one I did not. So I'm thinking it was the first shot that I missed, and maybe the second shot was better. Not 100% sure, but I did get that one miss on the first target, and then I think on the second I hit a little low on one of my shots, and that's what gave me the Charlie. It was just below the neckline. Still, technically would have been a quote-unquote kill shot most likely in the spinal column, but it was not where it was needing to be for points. So I got a plus 15 for that run. That one I was a little bit more happy about because I was proving, hey, I was actually getting good hits if my mechanical offset was correct on that first run. And then the second run I felt pretty good about, other than the handgun miss, because I I did fine the prior run. So all in all, I'd say if I had to summarize my whole experience with this entire league, I really enjoyed it. I feel like it was simple enough that for someone just getting into this type of competition shooting, it was easy enough to figure out, and I learned a lot while I was doing it. Would I recommend doing this type of indoor 2-gun league for someone who's just getting into it, even if you don't have any gear? Yes, because I was able to learn a lot about a bunch of different PCCs, and the gun nerd in me was pretty happy about that and was giggling inside. And then on the other side of things, I was also able to get more practice with my EDC, because what I was running for the entire competition for the handgun was my EDC, my Glock 45 build. You guys hopefully will be seeing the Glock 45 build very soon, because I have the compensator barrel combo for it now. I've already been doing testing. I just haven't been compilating? I just haven't compiled all of the footage from it and finished the final edit for that video. But when I do, it'll be up here or up here, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I was just running a rental gun every time, and I think it was kind of a cool experience just being thrown into the deep end with those different PCCs. Sometimes it worked out, as you saw, sometimes it didn't, as you saw. If you want to see any of the previous videos and any of the other PCCs that I ran and how I did in those other weeks, you can click up here, or you can wait till the end of the video and there'll be the playlist there as well for the entire series. Stay tuned, because we will have a new series coming up, which will be low light handgun that I'll be entering in. And I'm even more excited about this one because I'm actually going to be able to run what I would actually run in real life, but the competition side of things. So I'm not focusing, or I'm not as worried, I guess, about how does this gun work before I start using it in competition. I already know how it works. I already know how it shoots, and I already have a light on it. I already have a handheld light, so whatever thing they're gonna throw at me in the competition, I have the equipment for it and I know how to use. So that should be pretty fun. I'm hoping, this being my second competition that I'm entering into, that it'll be a little bit easier or less of a barrier of entry for me. I'm obviously nowhere near, competition ready or like gonna be the best, but I feel like I've learned a lot, and this should be a little bit easier for me to maybe get a little bit higher in the rankings. So stay tuned for that. That should be a fun one. I'm interested to see what the footage is going to look like with low light, if it's just going to be like complete darkness and then all of a sudden you'll see a flash of light and then targets will appear. I don't know. I guess we'll find out together. But either way, I got to get going. I have some Lego Star Wars to play with my son. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay free and God bless. And don't forget to submit those prayer requests in the comment section below. See you guys.
What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff.